Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and in this video I'm here with another video of my MCP server series. And in this video we will see how you can set up your very first MCP server in Visual Studio Code. So if you are not aware what this MCP server is and what are we trying to achieve using this, I would recommend you to watch my very first video in this series, because in that video I have explained about what this MCP server is, how interactions happen between the client and the server, and what are the reasons behind this MCP server, why do we need it, and what are the bottlenecks of LLMs that this MCP servers can address. So all these topics I have already explained, so I would recommend you to just check that video first and then you can hop on to this particular video. So this video would be very straightforward. It will just give you an idea like how you can inject or run your this MCP server on your local machine and VS Code. So in order to get started, first of all you need to get into the VS Code. So I have already opened this one for me, and the very first thing we need to do is we need to set up the environment for us to make the server run locally. So the first thing you need to do is you need to go to extensions tab, and here you need to install two extensions, or in fact three extensions you need to install. The very first one I have installed is GitHub Copilot, then you need Copilot Chat, and the third one which is GitHub Copilot for Azure. So this is the most important extension because using this particular extension we are going to query our Azure resources and we'll see how they turn out to be. So once these three extensions are installed and are enabled, next thing is we need to make sure that we have logged into the GitHub account as well as our active Azure subscription. So these are the few things which should be up and running and should be very well functioning before you are going ahead with anything. Okay, let's move on to the next part, how you can enable the MCP. So before getting this MCP server enabled or the MCP feature enabled on your machine, make sure that you are having the latest version of VS Code. So on my machine you can see this is my version. So make sure that you are somewhere near to this one, because MCP feature is still in preview and it is not available on the earlier versions of the VS Code. Now move on to your settings icon on the left hand side, and under settings you will find the settings options. So click on that particular option, and here you can search for MCP. So this is the section, and here you can see on the bottom that this feature is still in preview and by default it is enabled. So in your case, if it is not enabled, make sure that you check this checkbox before doing anything else. Okay, so in our case it is all good, and if you want to update or look at the configuration, just click on the settings file and you will see that this is the file, and one server is already added to this, so that you will get to know what is the syntax and how we can add more servers to it. So now when I'm talking excuse me, so when I'm talking about the servers, there are many servers which are available today, and I will try to cover as much as possible, but let's stick to just one server in this particular video so that you will not get confused about it. Okay, so next thing is I want you to open up this Copilot chat and just ask some questions. So okay, so let me ask few questions like which is related to my Azure and the subscription and the resources which I have created inside that. So list all my Azure subs. So I just want to see what all subscriptions I have. So let's give it few seconds and it should list those for us. And of course I have only one, and this is the one subscription which I have logged in currently. So let me ask one more question here. List all the let's say storage account. Let's ask more little bit difficult question. List all the storage accounts in my Azure subscription. So let's see what it has for us. Okay, so here you can see this is the Okay, still loading. Let's give it a few more seconds. Okay, so right now there is only one storage account available in this particular subscription. So now I'm going to ask another question. The reason why I'm asking is I just want to show you how things work when we are just talking with the GitHub Copilot and when we are integrating that MCP server. So you will see the difference between the type of responses we are getting. So that's the reason I'm taking just few questions here. Next question I could ask is list all the resources from the storage account. So list all the And yeah, before going ahead, let me quickly, I forgot to mention one thing, that all these queries when I'm running, I'm into the agent mode, and the model I'm using is 4.0. Definitely you can choose any other model, but I'm just going with 4.0 and my chat is in agentic mode. So list all the resources from my storage account named dummy storage. Okay, so this would be the final question, and then we'll see how we can go after this. Okay, so it is using some CLI commands and it is saying it contains the following resource. Okay, now let me quickly show you few things here. So now if you will click on this tools button, you will see that many tools are appearing over here, but there is nothing called the server which I'm talking about. So how can we bring that server over here so that it can list over here? So for that, what you can do is you need to add the similar configuration for your Azure MCP server, and lines are pretty simple. You can either copy and replace these values. These are the parameters, and if you are new, I would recommend you to just go to this Azure MCP Server GitHub repo, and there is a second button which is install MCP server. So you can click on this one and it will take you back to your VS Code where you will get these options. So you can just click on install server, and here you can see that the servers got added here. Server settings got added here, and here it is using npx. So make sure that you have all the prerequisites installed. So in my case, in this particular npx case, you need to have node.js installed. But if you want to see, like, there are many servers available. Let me quickly show you. It should be, so you can go to view command palette, and here you can simply write MCP add server. So here you can see these are the default which are available in VS Code. So I was talking about this npm package, pip package, docker image, even you have HTTP. So whatever the option you are choosing from here, make sure that you have all the prerequisites or the packages and the tools installed on your machine. So now in our case, I have just done this. Let me quickly stop this one first. So now okay. So what I was saying now, if I will click on the tools button here, okay, the storage account, see that this is the storage account. GitHub Copilot for Azure is here. GitHub Copilot for chat, and we have the new setting which is MCP server, Azure MCP server, and it has like all these set of tools which we can utilize. And if you can see here on line number 22, here you can see that there are overall 49 cached tools available. It means whatever the queries we are executing, there are 49 snippets written which can take care of our queries to answer the questions which we are asking. Okay, so now next thing I'm going to do is let's run it. I'm going to, I've started it, and now you can see it is in running mode. I will quickly close this one and open up the new chat. Okay, let me ask the question here. List all the storage accounts from my Azure sub. So there is a typo, but let's go with it. And if you want to know what's going inside, then you can definitely expand these things and have a look. So now you can see you got some additional commands or the instructions over here. So earlier it was just running it using GitHub Copilot, but now you can see it is utilizing this particular tool, Azure MCP. And it is asking, would you like to go ahead and run this particular tool? So here there are three options how you would like to go with it. You can choose the option based on your requirement. I will simply click on continue and let it get started. So it should pop up that credentials wherein I need to provide my credentials. Let's see, if it's not having in cache, then it will ask me to re-enter my credentials. So it is taking few seconds, and if you will expand it here, you will see the input, and soon we will have the output block as well. So meanwhile it is executing, let me quickly tell you something. Okay, so it is asking me, I will enter these credentials here. In the scene, what is happening is we have the MCP server, and so the client application is the one in VS Code. In this case, it is trying to interact with the MCP server, and MCP server has already like some tools, like I said, how many 49 tools which are configured. So based on our requirement, based on our query, it will automatically select the required tools. So maybe there is a tool to get the storage account, maybe there is a tool to get the user management related stuff, maybe there is a tool to get some logs or the app insights kind of thing. So all these tools are already defined, and what we are doing is we are just applying our query so that we will get the correct result as it is. But let's say if you are not using this particular MCP server and you are going the default way, wherein we will just log into Azure extension and will try to execute some queries in chat, then it may not work. It will provide you with those CLI commands, but it will not go ahead and execute it automatically in most of the scenarios. But when you are going with MCP server and when your chat is in agenting mode, everything will be very, very smooth. Let me quickly show you one more question here. So let's say by mistake I typed wrong storage account. So let's see what happens here. So I would ask, list all the resources from my storage account named dummy storage. So I'm going to give this particular name, hit enter, and let's see what it has to say. Because if you will notice, I'm giving the wrong storage name over here. I'm not giving EE, but in actual there is a storage account which is having EE at the end. And now I believe this flow should be very smooth, like how you can reach to the correct account name. And let's give it a few seconds. Basically, a lot many things you can do it without MCP server as well, but the idea here is to show you that how you can come up with the server, you can use existing server, or even you can create your own server and just to make it sit after your LLM. So rather than you are injecting your tools to the LLM, we are asking LLM to just talk to our MCP server. And because all the tools are already registered with the MCP server, so rather than LLM knowing about all the tools, LLM will just go ahead and talk to the server and everything will be handled very seamlessly. Now, let me enter my credentials once again here. Okay, so it's going, and here you can see the storage account. Storage contains the following containers. So although I have given the wrong storage account name, it was able to pull the correct details for me. So that's the magic of this. And let's say you don't want to use the server anytime, you can just go ahead and stop this. So whenever you are executing these queries again, it will not go ahead and use this. And another benefit of using MCP servers is, let's say you have not started the server, but it is defined in your configuration. So what will happen is, let's say if you're trying to execute the same query again. Okay, let's see what happens. And here you can see the instruction. It is saying, do you want to run MCP server? Although we have not started, if you can see on the left hand side, we have not started our server, but it is configured in our local system. So that's why it is asking, would you like to go ahead and run this? So as soon as I will click on this continue, you can see that it automatically started the server for me on the left hand side. So that's the beauty of using MCP servers. Now take a scenario wherein you have 2 to 3 servers defined. One server you are dealing with your SQL Server queries, one server you are doing some Google search kind of thing, and another server is the one which we have just created. And you are simply, and you don't want to basically start all your servers at the start of your application. So what we can do is we will just shoot out our queries, and whatever the appropriate MCP server is there with respect to our queries, it will automatically go ahead and trigger that particular server for us. So it means that the server detection part is also done automatically, irrespective of whether you have started your server here or you have not. But make sure that you have that server configured in your settings file. Only then this flow would work. I will cancel it. So these are the main benefits, and do let me know in comments like what kind of scenarios you are looking for, or what kind of MCP server do you want to try, and I will keep adding more videos to this playlist. So stay tuned and do let me know how is it going for you. Thanks for watching.